live look at Decatur right now on our Carriage Crossing Flooring America iNet cam. We do have these bees kind of flying around our camera right now. First day of fall is tomorrow, the autumn equinox. Love it. I'm a big fan of fall. I know a lot of people are. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. Monitoring icy roads and single-digit temperatures. We got that full forecast coming up. And this is all along this big sweeping cold front that's pushing down across much of the country and bringing those fall-like temperatures. This is sort of our big transitional cold front that a lot of the time we see sort of this time of year. I am standing in front of the Sangamon River in Mahomet, Illinois, where 6 inches of rain in the last 48 hours have caused these banks to overflow, flooding these trees that were previously outside of the water along the banks of this river. Now, even though the rain that caused this flooding happened 2 days ago, over the last 24 or so hours, all the tributaries that feed into this river have continued to channel in these floodwaters, causing it to rise an additional 4 feet since just yesterday. I'm standing out here in our back parking lot where today is our annual Toys for Tots drive, so we'll be here till 7, so come by and donate an unopened toy. Those temperatures are on the milder side today with our high approaching 50 degrees, but we do have a strong southeast wind that's blowing over 40 miles an hour and gusting even more than that. So that's making things feel pretty chilly out here. Showers are continuing to just track along. It's sort of acting as a railroad track of moisture moving into our area. And it's those temperatures sitting almost 60 degrees at 11 o'clock.
So Max, I mean, is it safe to say that we can wear winter garb now?
Yeah, finally. I mean, we've been so above average for the last, couple days. Really for the last week or so. So these colder winter temperatures are finally going to be setting in for us.
All right, so I'm getting used to my first snow in West Virginia, so we'll see what this is like.
I know. Well, we're just kind of trying to get back to averages, because, we get winter here, but it's just been so warm recently that we haven't really had the opportunity to get that type of snow. So finally dropping those temperatures back down and getting a coating of snow on the ground. We've already seen 10.5 inches of snow. This is about 5 times our average of 2 inches at this point in January. We have those thunderstorms pushing across the state today, and some of them may be severe. The Storm Prediction Center has put out a 1 out of 5 marginal risk for the southeastern part of the viewing area. That continues for today and tomorrow, so if you live in these counties, keep an eye out for a severe storm or two. Lots of sunshine out there right now. Really a pretty beautiful day across the Mountain State. This should stick with us for the next day or two, but by the time Thursday gets on our doorstep, we're going to have to continue to monitor that next possibility for sticking snow. Now, we're also monitoring rain showers heading into the weekend, which will probably help to melt some of that. So we got all those details later in the show. Now, this weekend looking very, very nice with those temperatures in the mid 50s on Saturday, then climbing up to the lower 60s on Sunday. So if you are somebody that likes to put up your Christmas lights early, this would be a good weekend to do it. Now, some of you might hate me for this. I know it is still early November, but if you do plan on having your Christmas lights up for the next 2 months or so, this weekend might be a good time to do it. The heaviest of that snow that was coming down has, for the most part, passed us, but we had some pretty good snowfall totals with this. Oak Hill saw about 7 inches, Charleston about 8 inches, and Huntington, West Virginia about 6 inches. This is all via the National Weather Service, so seeing some pretty good snowfall amounts. We're also seeing very high road impacts. I really did slide into a ditch this morning trying to get to work. Now, fortunately, my car's got 4-wheel drive, so I was able to get out of there, but definitely a testament to how bad those roads were this morning.
This has been an eventful week, to say the least.
It has, man. I mean, we had 2 snowstorms. The first one kind of underperformed, and then this one dumping like 7 to 8 inches of snow. But we are going to have to continue to monitor this for a flood threat. There's just so much moisture moving into our area. So for people living along rivers, people living along streams, and people living in low-lying areas where that rain is able to run off, we're going to have to continue to monitor these storms throughout the evening for that possible flooding threat. Now, the silver lining to this is we have been in a bit of a drought over the last month or so. We've really seen a bit of a rainfall deficit. So getting all this rain hopefully will help us be able to clear us of that.
Max, my friend, what's the weather going to be like?
The snow's been coming down pretty heavily for the last, almost 24 hours. As you know, I almost slid off the road into a ditch this morning. Those roads are not great out there, but that snow has, for the most part, started tapering off. It's just kind of coming into those northern counties right now, but we have a good 6, even 7 in some places, inches of fresh snow out there. Now, that winter storm warning has been lifted as this system has mostly gotten on out of here, but we're going to see some very cold temperatures setting in later tonight. Now, typically we do see our weather move from west to east, but due to the position of the system wrapping air around itself, we're seeing these clouds and these pop-up showers moving in more from the eastern direction. Over the next 7 days, those high temperatures really going to be jumping around, going from 68 on Thursday to 78 on Friday, and then 70 on Sunday to 81 on Mondays. We take a live look at I-64 where that fresh coating of snow is on the ground right now, and we're continuing to monitor these potentially hazardous travel conditions. Now, we saw that rain was coming down last night, and as those temperatures dropped down to below freezing, we got a layer of ice on those roads and then a layer of snow on top of that. So we're just going to have to continue to monitor that for some potentially rough travel conditions as we do head into this evening. Today is a pretty nice day, and tomorrow's going to be nice as well. So we do have a beautiful walking forecast for tomorrow. Those temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s tomorrow, so not quite as warm as today, but that sunshine is going to be out, so it is going to be a pretty nice day to get out there and go for a walk. So the next couple of days going to be warm, going to be above average, but then we are going to see a cold front come through towards the start of next week. That is going to drop off our temperatures pretty significantly, so we are going to see some well below average temperatures starting early next week. Here we are on Saturday afternoon, though, this weekend remaining quiet and sunny. But then on Sunday, here comes that next system. Here comes our next cold front. Sunday looking like it could be a rainout across the state. And then as this pushes through, by Monday, we are clear. This is Monday afternoon now into Tuesday. And then late Tuesday into Wednesday is when our next low pressure center is going to move in. This is going to bring us our next chance for snow and maybe even some accumulating snow next week. So just something that we're going to want to keep an eye on. A major high-impact winter storm is brewing right now. This is a new winter severity index from the National Weather Service showing extreme impacts for most of our viewing area. This is the highest category on this graphic, so going to be seeing some very heavy impacts with this system in the next couple of days. In terms of timing, this should start out as rain, but as we do head into overnight, this is going to transition into a wintry mix and then transition into snow overnight. So we could be waking up to it ripping snow early tomorrow morning. Now, today is going to be your day to prepare for this. Now, be aware that places might not be open tomorrow, so just make sure you're prepared for that, but you don't want to be panic buying, right? We don't want to be having another toilet paper shortage like we did in 2020. Taking a live look at Champaign on our Adams Memorial Flooring America iNet cam, not really looking like a winter storm right now. Conditions are actually relatively fair out there. Temperatures in the upper 40s across much of the area. 49 in Champaign as well as Decatur, actually seeing a 50-degree temperature in Taylorville. But we do have a winter storm warning out for this right now. This includes pretty much the entire viewing area. So those temperatures are going to be dropping off tonight, and that is going to allow for that heavy snowfall totals to start coming down by tomorrow morning. Taking a look at our storm tracker Doppler, here's the beginning of the system starting to move into our area. This is going to probably become heavier later today before making that transition and making those snowfall totals start to increase tomorrow morning. Our high temperature today, 50 degrees. Those winds coming out of the south between 15 and 30 miles an hour. And as we head into overnight, those temperatures dropping down to below freezing, those winds continuing between 10 and 25 miles an hour. And this is what's going to allow for that heavier snow to start coming down. Taking a look at our future track, as this rain starts to move in, those temperatures remaining pretty warm, seeing 50s in many parts of our area. And as we head into tonight, here's that transition from snow to a wintry mix to rain. This is occurring around about I-55 by 11:30 tonight. And as we head into the overnight hours, here comes that heavier snow starting to set into our viewing area. This is by 4 p.m., many areas below freezing with a dark blue indicating heavy snow. So by the time many of us wake up tomorrow morning, we could be looking at very heavy snow already starting to come down. This is a larger picture showing the snow stretching all the way from Detroit, Chicago, Champaign, all the way down to the northwest part of the country. So if you just want to appreciate the aerial extent of the system and just the sheer amount of snow that's going to be coming down across the country with this. Now, we could be talking about possibly 36 straight hours of snow coming down in our viewing area as well as in other places around the Midwest. Now, this is going to start out as heavy snow. We could see a brief break from this tomorrow evening, but then it's going to quickly pick up again in the overnight hours heading into Thursday, really padding those snowfall totals with all the additional snow that is going to be coming down with that. Possibly 12 to 18 inches could be coming down in the northern part of the viewing area. This includes Danville, Champaign, Pontiac, Bloomington. As you go farther south, we're seeing those totals decrease because there is some uncertainty around I-70. This is where our rain to snow changeover is going to be happening. So we could be looking at pretty high ice and possibly even sleet impacts with this, which could cut down on some of those snowfall totals. Looking at possibly 0.4 inches of snow, or of ice, around certain parts of I-70. So we're going to have to continue to monitor this for possible power outages with all that ice building up on those power lines. Looking at high impacts with this, 12 to 18 inches across parts of our area, wind chills as low as -5 degrees. We're also looking at potentially dangerous travel by Wednesday as those high winds pick up with this system. So we could be looking at blowing snow with this, possibly even blizzard conditions with those gusts happening 20 to 40 miles an hour as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. We're also going to have to, of course, be watching out for drifting snow with this. We could see snow drifts possibly as much as 4 feet in some places. So here we are with all that snow over the next couple of days, that rain today, but then quickly transitioning over. Then we're bringing out that higher pressure as we head into the weekend. Our low temperature between Friday and Saturday, -6 degrees. So when the snow does finally get out of here, we're still going to be looking at very cold temperatures.
What's up, guys? I'm getting blasted by output right now. I'm standing in front of a very, very severe thunderstorm. All this is looking at is hail, big-time hail, maybe baseball size. This thing has severe warnings out around the North Dakota-Montana border. And things are getting very interesting. Anything that goes up today is tornado potential. This thing's got lightning everywhere, big-time hail